Bass River State Park is located in the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey. At the center of the park is a man-made lake. This weekend we are camping at Bass River State Park, and this is actually the same campsite that we had the first night that we took the Scamp out, which was Labor Day weekend, like almost 2 years ago. But this weekend, Patrick's dad is joining us, so we're kind of showing him some of the basics for camping.
So, yeah, I got this idea from Laura from the Scamp.
Oh, putting the board underneath?
Yeah. Well, that's where it came from. You. There you go. There you go.
Last week, Patrick took his dad up to REI, and they looked at camping equipment. They ended up getting a very nice sleeping pad and a great sleeping bag to get him started.
Here's my Jeep. I'm gonna test it out. No,
Are you the bed tester? He's like, yes.
It's not a toy.
It has to be officially oh, he wants the cardboard.
I'm not giving you the cardboard. I'm giving you that.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah? It's not escaping or anything?
No.
Better than having to blow it up and get lightheaded.
Yeah, I'll do this all day.
You didn't have to go to the gym this morning. What's in here?
Your stuff sack.
Huh?
There's a stuff sack in there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Will it do it?
It fits.
Yeah.
Red, you gonna go in there?
I'm not even, and you know what? It's chilly, so I'm going to get inside it tonight.
Oh, inside? You can do that?
Huh?
Oh, in the
inside
bag.
The bag.
Inside the
Yeah.
bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
All set.
Yeah, that'll work. You got to put air in that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You always forget something.
Yeah. Well, that light's a great idea.
Oh yeah, that thing's great. We've had that for a while too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have to worry about the first timer's initiation. I'm good to it.
Just trying to figure out your
You
sleeping
guys ain't going to
situation.
pull away and leave me here tonight.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. You wake up, we're gone. One of the nice things about the campsites in Bass River is that they are pretty well spaced out. You have a good amount of privacy. So in the morning I woke up and took Redford for one of his favorite parts of camping, which is his morning walk. We headed down to Lake Absegami. It was forecasted to rain for most of the day, so we were very happy to see the sun trying to break through the clouds. We are getting packed up to move already because when I made the reservation for this site, it was kind of a quick last minute thing that we decided to go camping this weekend with Pat's dad. And I was leaving for work and I just went on real quick to book it because I didn't want the campsites to fill up, and didn't double check the dates, and I accidentally made the reservation for Saturday night and Sunday night instead of Friday. So when Pat came up on Friday to drop off the Scamp and I was still at work, he went into the office and they said that they didn't have the reservation. So luckily they had an extra open site, so we just booked that extra night. But we have to move from this site to, I think we're going 2 spots that way. So we have to set everything up again. But the good thing is, it was actually forecasted to rain all weekend, and we were actually thinking about canceling the trip because we thought it might be kind of miserable, especially for Pat's dad doing like his first camping trip in a while. We didn't want it to be rainy, but we have been so lucky. It's only drizzled a little bit once overnight, and the sun is kind of coming out a little bit, so it's just like a bonus, you know, the weather's actually being cooperative, so that's nice. This is the same campsite that we were in a few years ago when we ran through the tick nest, and I have to say, things are probably worse this year. I just picked up the chalks as we're moving, and we've got tick there, and I've pulled, oh, I don't know, kind of stopped counting after 20 off the dog. Oh, wait, there's another one on the side. Ugh, gosh. And that's just from the sand. That's like, you don't even have to walk through bushes or anything to get ticks on you here. It's, yeah, definitely worse this year. One of the nice things about the Scamp is that it is fairly quick to pack everything up and be able to move it, so that's nice. Especially because in most of the New Jersey state parks, they want you to check in person, so you still have to go to the office, even though we were just moving down 2 sites. Since we have to move from one campsite to the other, and I have to check in at the office again, we're just taking the opportunity to fill up the water tank at the Scamp, and then I have to go check in with the dog paperwork. So if you ever camp in New Jersey with your dog, just be aware, they're very particular about the paperwork. Specifically at the state parks and the ones that are like in the South Jersey area, we've found to be the most particular of anywhere that we've really camped. Like in Delaware, it was kind of no big deal. Like, oh, you have your dog, okay, good. You pay a couple extra dollars every night to camp with your dog. Same thing here, it's $5 extra per night, but they want like the most recent paperwork about the rabies vaccine and one other vaccine and the license. So that was a whole interesting thing. Like during the pandemic, City Hall was closed, so I had to get a dog license through the mail, and I had to make sure that I did it like several weeks ahead because I had to mail the form in. They had to mail the form back to me. I couldn't just stop into the office and, you know, get a new dog license. And if you don't have your dog license, they will not let you camp here with your dog. So have all of your paperwork in order before you camp with your dog in New Jersey, because they don't mess around. Getting everything settled. We were saying it's good practice for moving and resetting, and really gets Red used to moving around a little bit. But he's actually been much better on this trip than the last couple trips. He's getting used to camping again. So, alright, we're gonna settle in. We got firewood, and hopefully the rain will hold off a little bit tonight so we get to have a campfire.
Want to do one at a time?
That doesn't matter.
Go ahead, I'll hold it.
Patrick's dad decided that instead of getting a tent right away, he wanted to try sleeping in the back of his car. Very similar to the way that we have slept in the back of the Jeep, and we felt like that worked pretty well for us, especially before we had the camper, because this whole process of just being lifted up off the ground is nice. It gives you a little bit more comfort, and you don't have to crawl in and out of a tent in the morning, which can help with the overall experience of getting used to camping. So I think this setup worked really well.
Oh.
Leave the fingers, Red.
2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
Okay, we're pretty much set up now, but it's going to rain around like 6 o'clock.
What time was it?
So 6 o'clock. So we're gonna set up the awning on the Scamp that we haven't done yet. So we took the main awning off that fit up on the top there, and we're trying to use our lightweight backpacking tarp with some suction cups that we got to see if they will stick to the fiberglass. So it's going to be a little bit of a process figuring it out, but I think it'll be good. Oh, Red, that's not for you. After many years of being tent campers and backpackers, we kind of think about RVing a little differently, especially because the Jeep was not intended to be a tow vehicle. We are always trying to keep the Scamp as light as possible, and it's amazing how quickly your weight can go up when you start packing things. So trying to figure out a lighter awning setup and just generally trying to save weight is kind of in our mindset because we are backpackers, and you figure out how much weight can really make a difference. And it's also about trying to find ways to repurpose things, to use things for more than one function. Since we already have this very good quality tarp from Sea to Summit, we wanted to see if we could use it not just for backpacking trips, but also for RVing trips.
I guess this one really doesn't matter.
Just so it's reinforced a little bit better.
You know what, I'll just put it on the side.
Oh no, it came off. They're a little tricky. No, you're stuck on the...
See if that stays.
Especially if the wind
Yeah.
picks up, then we'll really see if it's gonna stay.
It's not gonna stay.
No.
It's a side movement. It can take that way, but it can't take side.
Straight. After quite a few rounds of trial and error with the setup, we finally got it to stay. Okay, this is gonna be the test. Red's gonna walk under there and pull out. Oh, there he goes. He's gonna pull out the stake. Red, go around. Come on, Red. So it's about 3:30 now, and here's the rain. We saw the dark cloud coming. This is gonna be the test for the awning. Pat ended up adding one guy line right in the center of the tarp, and that helped a lot with guiding all of the water to one point so that it drained off very effectively. Made it through the rain pretty well, and now the sky's cleared up. Actually, more blue sky now than there was earlier, so we're hoping that was the rain when we made it through. So now we're gonna take this crazy dog for a walk. Maybe go down to the lake. As much as we would have liked to enjoy one of the hiking trails around Bass River, we knew that this time of year, as soon as you get past the hard frost, the ticks are just so bad. And this year, worse than ever. So we knew for our safety and Redford's safety, we were going to stick to pavement. And it was interesting that some of the campsites are still closed for social distancing. We went on a hunt for the showers. After all the ticks, we want to at least have showers tonight.
One way or the other. Scamp or in here.
Yeah, we would definitely use the Scamp, but it's kind of nice if we get to use the campground facilities. The bathrooms are your pretty standard New Jersey park, older, a little bit run down. But I have to say, of all the places we've camped recently, the water was warmer here than a lot of the other places, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I wish we had the kayaks.
There's a large swimming beach located on Lake Absegami, and this is usually a very busy area, but it looks like for the 2021 season, they're not going to be opening the beach. Yeah, I'll go take a shower.
I can wait with the dog.
Oh, your dad's not back?
No.
Yeah, okay. After we were all cleaned up with nice warm showers, we started to cook some chili. And we were doing this underneath the awning because it was still drizzling on and off. But the rain held off enough that we were able to start a campfire so that we could actually sit around the campfire to eat. The tarp worked really well because we had like 2 different rain showers today, and it let me start cooking dinner underneath here. I'm using the stove cover as a table again, and I feel like that works really well when we don't bring our little REI portable table. And then we got the fire going. Even though it's May, it is quite chilly. It's going to be in the 40s tonight, so we're gonna need that fire. It's gonna be nice.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Too hot?
That's fine.
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking here.
Not for you, Red.
Now, do you like spice? A little spicy?
Now I do.
Okay.
I
You do?
used to.
Never used to?
Yeah.
You spice, Pat? You like?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Just right.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it looks good.
Kind of like a cold.
The apple cake's my favorite. Red, he wants some.
Yeah, what's Mom said? Maybe I'll make those two some apple cake. I said, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They'll enjoy it.
Good idea. Yeah.
Mm.
We got a little bit more drizzle last night, a little bit of rain, so the tarp was super helpful with that. Made it so much easier to cook and just sit there and relax. But we did get to enjoy the fire for a little bit, which was great. And then today we woke up to a beautiful sunny day. So happy that we decided to do this trip, that we didn't cancel it because the weather report was saying it was going to rain a lot. So now Redford's going for a walk with Pat's dad, and I'm making some coffee. I think Redford really enjoyed this kind of camping and having another person around to take him for extra walks. Since it was our day that we were going to leave, we just did a quick breakfast of oatmeal and some different fruit thrown on top of that so that we could start getting set up to head home. Overall, we're really happy with this tarp setup, and I'm glad that we gave it a try. We weren't sure if it was going to work. We thought we might have to attach the regular traditional RV awning back on, but I think in a few more trips, getting some practice setting it up, this is going to be a very helpful setup. We're getting ready to head out. The guys are over there dumping the tanks, and I think an important lesson from camping is that you really learn something every single time you go out. We've been camping for years. We've only had the RV like a little over a year, but you still learn something every time you camp. So I think the lessons from this trip were check your reservations, make sure you have the right dates, double check, triple check, make sure you're gonna show up on the right day. Check for ticks, especially if you're in New Jersey. Definitely check for ticks over and over and over again. And then have your dog paperwork in order if you were camping with a dog, because certain states, especially New Jersey, are not messing around. So lessons learned every time we go out. All right, we're gonna head out of here. Thanks for coming along with us. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We're getting ready for a big hiking and camping trip in Pennsylvania.
Well, you worried about you and me, the injustice, the next president to be, the news and what you hear, your career. It's time for you to face those fears, and it's all fair to be aware, and I'll be there, so don't be scared. Just take a deep breath of air, and 1, 2, 3 to 10, you begin to focus again, and though time flies, we'll have enough to realize this bigger than the both of us.